The operations and workings of faith.
Believe in the kind of sequence you are finding yourself in. Just trust the process and have a belief system and keep hold onto it. If you are going to keep hold onto the kind of belief system you find yourself in, you will end up gaining that result of what you believe in. Because believing will give you a knowing. What you believe in will give you what you should know and accept. Because the journey of believing is to bring you to a point of knowing. When you keep on believing, until you get to the point of knowing what you believe isn't going to bring the result. So when you believe that you are a great person, you should know that you are a great person as well in order to bring that actualization of what you have as an illusion. What we see in our daily living started from a point of illusion, a state where everything does not make sense. So when you have a vision, you realize that at the beginning of the journey, the vision does not seem to be reasonable enough for it to be taken that serious. But when you are able to live across that moment and you keep going, you keep pushing because you believe in it and you are certain that it's going to work. Because when you don't believe, when you don't have that knowing that what you are believing in is actually going to work for you, then you are not going to have that consistency that is required in order to end up getting the kind of result you are supposed to get. So your belief system will define what you know, and that will yield to an end product called consistency. So when you see people not consistent with something, it means that their belief didn't end up to a point of knowing. So there has to be a correlation. It's like a graphic work. You have to have two coordinates that will coordinate to give you the exact gradients that you are looking for. You understand? So when your coordinate does not connect, for you to have your line of symmetry, for you to have that kind of tangent move that you are looking for, you realize at the end of the day you are not going to make anything reasonable. So when you look at the very inventions that are out, if you recently there's Ghanaian guy who has been able to produce a bolt whose task is to make sure it cleans all the dirt on the surface of um, the water. So when you put it on the sea, it will function exactly the way it will function when it's put on a lagoon or a river or whatsoever. So the function of that invention is to make sure that there is neatness when it comes to water bodies. Now, when the very guy started the journey, you realize that he believed that he can do something, but he also came to a point of knowing that yes, he can do it. When you just believe, you cannot get to that point. But because he knew the value of who he is and what he's about to do, he was able to move from one stage to another, put in the very work, have this did the sleeplessness, did the learning, taking advice, doing all the very basic necessities in order to bring out that invention. Right, in Nigeria too, there is a very young guy who has also been able to produce um, a, a spectacles. Now that spectacles is supposed to function effectively for drivers. So that when you are putting it on and you are driving and you feel dozing and you close your eyes, the spectacles will give an alarm to tell you that, gentlemen, you are sleeping. Right? You see, so all this inventions came from a point of believing and knowing. So you can believe that you are a good student, but the reason why you cannot conclude your academic journey with a flying colors is that you didn't come to a point of knowing, which will give you that consistency to put in the work until the end and at the point of finishing the game. So at the end of your graduation, you end up that you become what you never expected you becoming, because you didn't walk in the knowing of what you believe in. So believing is one thing, knowing is another thing. Now you need the two in order for you to become somebody who is making a significant change and is able to bring the kind of transformation which is being required. Believe it and know it, and you get the exact result you are looking for. Thank you.